Good evening, everyone. Am I audible? Good evening, Nitish, Nirmal. Okay. So we'll start today. We discuss previous year's OPSC mains question of basic concept and probable question for 2009 mains. We'll discuss that. Clear? So before that, some information I need to give you. There is a CPSC GS mock test championship has started. So you must join that. This will benefit for your mains preparation, and another T20 GS series that will also help you, and daily current affairs series. And there are 4 batch of OCS pre-com mains preparation batch. This is the first batch, this is the second, this is the third batch, and this is the fourth batch. So you have 4 batch of GS for 2020-11, and this is a 21-day revision course. This is ASO batch is also there, and this is for UPSC. I think all you appear for UPSC, so this will help you. This is a T20 test series every day, 7:30 p.m. to 7:50, so you can attend before the class. And about me, already you knew. I have appeared in UPSC, OPSC, have 5-year experience, and how to study public administration for new people. You must remember the syllabus and understand the interrelation between different units. Read some unit of paper 1, paper 2 together. Analyze the previous year question thoroughly before start reading any unit. Make structural note for quick revision. And this is the book I have written, and this book contains everything. Complete syllabus, previous year chapter wise question, model answer, and report of second ARC. And in our course, this is comprehensive course on public administration. We have more than 19 plus session of 19 minutes each, where we discuss both paper 1, paper 2, each unit in a comprehensive manner. We discuss previous year mains question paper, focus on answer writing, and how to add current information in your answer. And this is my code. If anyone want to take plus subscription, of any of your friend want to take plus subscription, just tell me to use this code. So okay, so now we discuss the previous 5-year question which come in OPSC mains. How to write the intro, how to write the body, and how to write the conclusion, in which in the answer the current information you can give in each answer, and how to interrelate it with paper 2. So we will discuss everything. So this is the first question which come in last year, that Indian administration display creative blending. Blend means when we mix two things, we can call it blending, of past tradition with modern experiment over several centuries. So as it is a 20 marker question, we need to write 200 word. We need to write 200 word answer of this question. So past tradition with modern experiment over several centuries. So first intro, conclusion. So in this you write about Indian administration, that Indian administration, just 2 pages, 200 word, maximum 210 or 220, but try to write it in 200 word. So in introduction you start with introduction like that Indian administration has a very rich legacy, and that legacy of Indian administration is based on past tradition that is beyond more than 1,000-year-old. Okay, so this past tradition means Indian administration is a rich tradition with we have a very larger legacy of very rich past and in current time. So this is the first paragraph, 20 word, 20-25 word you will write, because we need to write many other things. After that, after starting the intro that Indian administration, rich legacy, very past tradition, very rich experiment, rich idea, different sources, clear. So in this you will write about Kautilya's Arthashastra. Just two lines. That Kautilya's Arthashastra has a very rich text of public administration. Yes, wait. So Kautilya's Arthashastra is a very rich text of public administration, based on which the administration of that era, or the whose administration? The king. The name of the king. The name of the king, the Kautilya or Chanakya, is the minister of the king name. Anyone? History? What is the name of the king? No, name of the king. Chanakya is the minister. The name of the king, the Magadha emperor, Chandragupta Maurya. Yes, certainly. So Chandragupta Maurya. So you can write down, based on Arthashastra, the administration of Chandragupta Maurya is wrong. So just two lines. After that, Mughal administration. So Mughal administration, Mughal rule the whole of India, and they have a very specific administrative structure, tax collection, revenue collection, and they make policy for farmer, policy for artisan. So there is a very good administration, and we follow many of the administration of Kautilya and Mughal till now. So just 2-3 line of Kautilya, 2-3 line of Mughal. After that, British. The British has established the modern concept of administration. Welfare state in a monarchical state of, yes, welfare state. So the British has established the modern concept of administration in India. Past tradition with modern experiment. Clear? So the British has established the proper setup of administration, and they establish everything in India. So you write down about from the Regulating Act 1772, just one line, Regulating Act, to Indian Independence Act 1947. And Indian Constitution is based on Government of India Act 1935. Okay, so you write out just one line. Yes, Government of India Act 1935, because our constitution, major part of this constitution is based on 1935. So you write down about anything you remember, 1972 other act, Monumental Reform, 1935, 1909, 1919, 1935. After that, after 1935, 1947. Okay. So after you writing this, that Indian administration is established. After that, what are the experiment? These are regulating act. These are some experiment, and after constitution is established, the reform or the experiment we take in administration is, you can write about first ARC, second ARC, and various amendment. Various amendments. Okay, so this is a complete answer of this question. So with this, the first ARC, they give some reform in Indian administration. The second ARC, they give some reform in Indian administration. Okay, so in this way you write this answer, which is a 200 word. Yes, Current status. This is the current status. Every reform, I suggest you to write about first administrative reform commission, second administrative reform commission. Most current 5T are to make administration more transparent and accountable. But focus on first ARC, second ARC. Because listen, we have a word limit. There is a 200 word limit. So this is the answer of this question. Now we go to second answer. Public choice school. Locate public administration with the domain of politics and an appropriate theory of political organization comment. So PCA, we have discussed PCA in our class. So PCA locate public administration within the domain of politics and an appropriate theory of political organization. Within the domain of politics, it's okay. So before writing this answer, I have told you to write this diagram. New right philosophy. After writing new right philosophy, one side NPA, which is the theoretical aspect of new right philosophy, M1, M2, M3, and here this is new public administration, NPM. One is NPA, this is NPM, new public management. It is the practical approach of new right philosophy. Under this, one is PCA and one is neo-Taylorism. Okay, so for new students who are joining this class first time, we have taken a detailed course of public administration, 90 class, more than 19 class, and it is part 1 has finished last month. This year we started, this month we will start at part 2, comprehensive course on part 2. We will go in detail, see in detail. So if you join the course, you can understand public administration very detailed. It is not a crash course type thing. It is a very detailed, like a regular course. So you can watch the previous classes and also clear your doubt. Okay, so this way you start new right philosophy, NPA, new public administration, Minobrook 1, Minobrook 2, Minobrook 3, new public management, PCA, neo-Taylorism. So this is public choice approach. So you start with this diagram. When you start with this diagram, the examiner will impress that this student knew the concept of public choice approach. After they start with that, public choice approach is one of the important school of new right philosophy. Start in this way, it is one of the important school of new right philosophy. It is part of new public management, which is the practical approach of new right philosophy. After that, write down everything about public choice approach. So writing the intro, so in the introduction, you will write that public choice approach, new right philosophy. Public choice approach has 3 schools: Chicago School, Pochester School, another school. After that, public choice approach, Vincent Ostrom, the theorist name, you write about the name of theorist who give idea about PCA, and in the body write down what is the core idea of public choice approach. The core idea of public choice approach is institutional pluralism, multi-actor paradigm, and the third is overlapping jurisdiction. This is the base of the concept public choice approach, that institutional pluralism. Instead of one institution, there must be multiple institutions. They are providing same service. Instead of one actor, it is multi-actor paradigm, and they providing same service. So when instead of one actor, multiple actor provide you same service, the cost of service is low. instead of only BSNL, if only BSNL is there, if only BSNL is providing mobile network or mobile service in India, it is single actor paradigm. When along with BSNL, Jio, Voda, Airtel, this is multi-actor paradigm with overlapping jurisdiction. So multi-actor, these are multi-actor, 4-actor providing what? Telecom service. So it is overlapping jurisdiction. So we can call it institutional pluralism. So institutional pluralism lead to what? TRAI is what? That is regulating mechanism. TRAI you will write inside new public administration. Here it is multi-actor paradigm. Clear? Overlapping jurisdiction. So this leads to what? Benefit of customer or citizen. So citizen empowerment happen. Citizen empowerment. You have a exit voice. Yes, there is a concept of exit and voice. You can exit a service, you can raise your voice against a service. If you don't find good service from BSNL, you can exit BSNL and join Jio. Yes, participative approach. So got this? Locate public administration with the domain of politics, because the Chicago school, Rochester school, it is inside that, and domain of politics and an appropriate theory of political organization. Same thing you write about public choice approach. What is public choice approach and what benefit it will give to citizen? And in the conclusion, you will write down that public choice approach will lead to increase in transparency, accountability, public participation, value for service, and citizens empowerment. Because when citizen exit from a service, citizen empowerment, and when citizen raise his voice against a service, again citizens empowerment. Micro perspective, macro perspective. Clear? So 200 word easily you can write in this answer. The third question, the new paradigm called New Public Management (NPM) has several interrelated components that cut across traditional way of organizing government. Yes. If you got indirectly, but idea is same. Idea is public choice approach. So this is a question on new public management, 20 marker question. Again same diagram. Okay, again you write same diagram, new right philosophy, NPA, NPM, new public management, PCA, new terrorism. So you need to write about new public management. So this diagram, don't forget to write this diagram in the starting of your answer. So after drawing this diagram, write down that new public management. What is new public management? You need to write that. It is the practical orientation of new right philosophy. And new public management started in which context? After new public management, or after Minobrook 2, the concept of new right philosophy. I think you all know what is new right philosophy. New right philosophy means cutback management, rollback of the state, private sector gaining empowerment. So after the concept of new right philosophy, when private sector function along with government sector, and a time comes when private sector become more profitable than government sector. Private sector is what is new public management. This is public sector, this is private sector. Public sector loss, private sector profit. So now public sector want to gain profit. Public sector want to gain profit. Okay, the concept of nanny state. Listen again, Ranjan, you are confusing. You watch the previous class. Nanny state means overcaring state. Before the concept of new right philosophy, state was in any state. State provide you every goods and service. But after new right philosophy, the state no longer become a nanny state. Okay, so that was a nanny state concept you can write inside new public administration. So here what we discuss, public sector is loss making, private sector is profit making. So now public sector want to make profit. So what it do? It adopt profit technique. It adopt the profit making technique of whom? The private sector. Okay, for example, your friend clear OS, you cannot clear OS, so you go to your friend and you ask him that what book you read, how you prepare. So he give you some technique that I prepare in this way. So you adopt the successful technique of your friend in order to become OS. So that is new public management. In this way, the public sector adopt the successful technique of private sector in order to gain profit. This is new public. Yes, limitation is there in everything, but the core concept of NPA is this. When public sector adopt the successful technique of private sector in order to gain profit, this is new public management. Here you write about Kettle 6 concern, marketization, profit, transparency, accountability, value for money. These things you write down about Kettle's idea. Osborne and Gabler, reinventing government. Christopher Hood, entrepreneurial government. So you need to, yes, Rigo movement, reinvented government movement, Christopher Hood's entrepreneurial government. After that, the concept of Thatcherism, the concept of Reaganism. Clear? So several interrelated components that cut across traditional way of organizing government. So what is the traditional way of organizing government? The traditional way is traditional way of government. It not focus on market, not focus on accountability, not focus on value for money, not focus on profit. And NPA want to change all this scenario. NPM, yes, it was value laden. It was traditional was value laden, but NPM want government to be focused on profit, marketization, customer satisfaction, value free, clear, transparency, accountability. The concept of entrepreneurial government. Government should act like an entrepreneur. Clear? You will write in this way. The concept of, so under this concept of Reaganism in USA, Thatcherism in UK, and Government of India. In Government of India also adopt the concept of NPM. NPM was adopted in Government of India. What is the example? The concept of Citizen Charter. Citizen Charter focus on customer, focus on transparency, focus on accountability. So Government of India has the concept of NPM. You can conclude your sentence in this. Government of India has adopted the concept of NPM. So NPM has several interrelated components that cut across traditional way of organizing government. So everyone clear how to write this answer? Start from the diagram. This is the diagram. You write philosophy, NPA, NPM, PCA, and write this. So if there is a scope, write down the some 1-2 line criticism that the concept of accountability has actually reduced. State become a market state. Clear? And so to solve the problem, the concept of NPSA come. We have discussed what is NPSA, new public service approach, that is a blending between NPA and NPM. That is a blending between value laden and value free approach. That is a blending between profit and welfare. Okay, so this is, yes, middle path. This is the answer of this question. Next question. Public administration is the management of public program and it is the translation of politics into reality that citizens see every day. What is the answer? Listen, 20 mark again, you need to write 200 words. Public administration is the management of public program and translation of politics into reality. Translation of politics into reality. Yes, very good. So you need to write about politics, administration, dichotomy proposed by Wilson. Politics is policy formulation, administration is policy implementation. Okay, politics is based on value, administration is based on value plus fact. So administration is the arm, it is the arm or it is the instrument. Okay, so it is the instrument. So public administration is the management of public program and it is translation of politics into reality that citizens see every day. So administration, another thing, government in action. It is government in action. It is the visible part of state. After that you write about some scope of public administration, be it the post-curve view, post-curve, managerial, integral, instrumental. Yes, clear? So this is the scope of public administration, and public administration is an instrument in the hand of political master to bring development in society. So it is the management of public program. So we see the post-curve view, managerial view, integral view, instrumental view, subject matter view, and it is the translation of politics into reality that citizens see every day. You need to write down every aspect of this answer. Believe me, every word, if you translate every word into a sentence, your answer is complete. Politics into reality that citizens see every day. Citizens see every day. You need to focus on this also. How citizens see every day? Because administration is government in action. It is the visible part of state. You need to write this sentence. Because state is what? State is administration. Citizency whom? Citizency administration. Citizency state through administration. So this is the scope of public administration. Clear? So easily 200 word you can write in this question. So the scope of public administration is very wide, and the aim of public administration is to bring good society and stop the coming up of bad society. It is welfare oriented. It implement policy, it monitor the implementation, it receive the feedback, and administration connect with the citizen, because citizen see every day. Administration associated with the citizen. Administration take into account citizen in terms of policy implementation, in terms of better policy, in terms of feedback. So this is public administration. Everyone clear? How to write this answer? Okay. So this is public administration is the management of public program. Listen, whenever you see a question in exam, don't panic. Don't panic. This is the first thing I tell you. Don't panic. Just read the question. Just read the question and try to find out the demand of question. Here, what are the keywords? Public administration, management of public program, translation of politics into reality, that citizens see every day. So this is, and I think you can guess that this particular question comes from basic concept. So here you can guess that politics, administration. Politics is policy formulation and administration is implementation. And must write about Wilson, who is the father of public administration, because he has started the concept of politics administration dichotomy, separate study of administration. And write down from, means your answer should be flow from that point, that politics is value based, it is policy formulation, administration is policy implementation, it is value plus fact, it is the arm of government, administration is government in action, it is the visible part of state, administration implement policy formulated by politics. After that you write that scope of public administration is very wide, postcard view, managerial view, integral view, instrumental view, subject matter view. Easily 200 word. I write down that it is administration or public administration who translate politics into reality. Clear? Very good answer. Next, it is 60-mark question. The central theory of NPA and NPM are different. Very good question. Same diagram. New right philosophy. I will try to make you understand what is how the central theory of NPA and NPM are different. So new right philosophy, listen, just understand what is new right philosophy. If you are new, try to understand what is new right philosophy. New right philosophy comes under NPA, New Public Administration, Minobrook 2. So before new right philosophy, state was a nanny state. That means state provide you every goods and service. There is no private sector. If you want mobile, state. If you want transport, state. Airline, state. School, hospital, everything is provided by state. This is nanny state, overcaring state. So after new right philosophy in 1988, now state plus private sector was there. So state along with private sector provide you goods and service. Very simple. In India 1991, LPG come, private sector is there. So state along with private sector provide you goods and service. State instead of a provider become a regulator and facilitator. state become a regulator and facilitator. And the concept of regulatory institution come like DGCA, TRI, IRDA. These are regulatory institutions that regulate the activity of private sector. Clear? So this is new right philosophy. So why the central theory are different? 60 mark question. So before writing the answer, again, good evening, you draw this diagram, new right philosophy, NPA, NPM, NPA is M1, M2, M3, 1968, 1988, 2008. From this you can write your answer. Okay, remember this diagram. From this you can write your answer. And NPM is PCA, that is public choice approach, neo-Taylorism. Clear? After that, NPA is theoretical. NPA is the theoretical approach of new right philosophy. NPM is the practical. NPM is the practical approach of new right philosophy. So start with this. Start with this diagram and start with this line. Write down what is new right philosophy. New right philosophy is cutback management, rollback of the state, along with public sector, private sector also provide goods and service. And new public administration is theoretical aspect of new right philosophy. New public management is practical aspect of new right philosophy. New public administration is value laden. New public management is value free. It is focus on welfare, it focus on profit. It is accountable to citizen, it is accountable to customer. Okay, it is accountable to citizen, it is accountable to customer. It is approach is broad on, here approach is narrow. So give a brief para. After that start, because you need to write 300 word means you need to write new public administration in 300 word and NPM in 300 word. So write down in this way, these are different. After that write down what is NPA. Write down new public administration. It is started by Waldo in 1968 on Minobrook 1 conference. Yes, just in a gist, Minobrook 1 conference focus on value laden approach, and there are some anti-goal. The anti-goal are like anti-positivist, positivist, anti-technical, anti-hierarchical. Clear? Anti-positivist, anti-technical, anti-hierarchical, anti-managerial. These are, yes, these are the anti-goal of new public administration, anti-bureaucratic. After that, write down about M2, very shortly. M2's focus is new right philosophy, that is cutback management, rollback of the state, private sector was there, and focus is on small state but strong state. Small state but strong state. regulatory institution. Yes, the government of India's approach of minimum government but maximum governance. Minimum government, maximum governance. Yes, Modi government approach. So write down this. After that you write Minno Group 3 conference, just in a paragraph, that Minno Group 3 conference, more than 220 scholars joined in 2008, and just write down the focal point: transparency, financial management, accountability, IT, law, management. These things are given focus, yes, under O Leary. So on this basis of Minno Group 3, you can write down that IT, right to information, in Odisha 5T, Mo Sarkar, these are best. This is M3. After that, you write down about new public management. We have discussed just what is new public management. Again, write down about it. Kettle, 6 concern, Osborne, Gabler, Christopher Wood, Thatcherism, Reaganism, and the aspect of NPM. Yes. So the main focus of NPA is value ladder, public welfare, and new public management is profit. Citizens, not citizen welfare, customer welfare. Transparency, accountability increase, but under NPM, the state is accountable to the customer, so it is narrow. If it is accountable to citizen, it is broad. Clear? So easily you can write the central theme of the central theory of NPA and NPM are different. Easily these are the central theory. Draw this diagram, write down in this way. Clear? This way write and give example. Modi government approach example and 5T Mo Sarkar, and here while writing NPM you can write down that the second ARC headed by Biropa Moili has suggested government to adopt the concept of new public management in order to gain profit. You can mention about second ARC in NPM. So there was a class, if you haven't seen it, if someone not watched the class, just watch the special class. It is how to write or how to use ARC report in your answer. Yes. Examine the significance of public administration in developing country and underline its limitation. Okay, 20 mark question, 200 word. So what we write in this, I'm just giving you the concept. Significance of public administration. The significance of public administration in developing country and underline its limitation. Again, 3 part. You write down the significance and you also write down its limitation in developing country. So start. How you start your answer? You write down the significance of public administration. You need to write down what is public administration. It is the management of public affair. Public administration is the management of public affair. It is the instrument in the hand of politics to bring desired change in society. It is based on value plus fact. It is knowledgeable, technically equipped. It is a knowledgeable, trained man force working there. After that, write down something about scope of public administration. It is very wide, and the idea of great society. What is idea of good society, great society? And developing country, you write down that developing country are lacking development in terms of infrastructure, education, healthcare, education, everything. It face problem like malnutrition, underdevelopment. You can write down some problem of developing country. And in order to make a developing country into a developed one, the need of public administration is huge. The responsibility of public administration is huge. So public administration is the effective instrument. Only this can transform the scenario of underdevelopment to development. The scenario from poor development to development. Clear? So this is public administration in developing country. Yes. And limitation. You write down the limitation. The limitation are what? First is corruption, inefficiency, nepotism. Okay, corruption, inefficiency, nepotism, red tape. So these are the limitation public administration face in developing country. So solution also write down. The many developing country have come out with the concept of RTI, CBI, CBC, Lokpal, Lokayuk to solve this concept of corruption or eradicate the limitation of public administration. Yes, citizen charter. This is a 20-mark question. Next question. Yes, listen. This is a question where answer is given. If you are smart, you can write easily. Good governance here. No. Good governance is different thing. Good governance is add conditionalities. Yes, it is a direct question. New public administration lay emphasis of four major themes: relevance, value, equity, and change. Yes, it is a direct question. You again draw this diagram. New right philosophy, NPM, NPA, NPM, PCA, neo-Taylorism, M1, M2, M3. And after that write down new public administration is the theoretical aspect of new right philosophy. It has started in 1968 by Waldo plus 33 scholar in Minnowbrook Conference Hall. They want to change the traditional aspect of public administration because they thought that the traditional public administration cannot solve all the problem faced by American society, be it the environment problem, unemployment problem, riot, or other problem. So they want to change the concept of public administration. Clear? You need to intro in this way. Waldo and group thought that the existing or traditional public administration cannot solve the problem of American society. That therefore they want to change it, and they bring a new concept of public administration. They term it new public administration. So your first paragraph, that is intro, write down 50 words. After that, relevance, value, equity, change. Relevance, value, equity, change. Elaborate all this word. They said, Waldo and group said that public administration should be relevance for the society. It should be relevance for the society. Instead of focusing on rules and regulation, administration should focus on solving problem of people. It should be relevant. So write down one paragraph. Value. They reject public administration as value free, and they support the value laden approach of public administration, which they term as anti-positivist. That means value laden administration. Again, write inside this that public administration should give special focus or special consideration to women, poor, children, widow, and other deprived section of society. So you can give example, yes, downtrodden section of society. So you can give example, see subsidies given by government, the reservation in government, the reservation in jobs and higher education, all are example of value laden approach of government. These are value laden approach, and value laden approach promote unequal treatment to bring a egalitarian society. Because in society, yes, financial inclusion, anything you can write, because in society all are not equal, people are different in terms of finance, education, culture. So there is high level of inequality in society. So how you bring a egalitarian society? By providing unequal treatment. Yes, inequality in treatment. So the concept of different tax slab, someone earning 1 lakh in a year and someone earning 1 crore in a year, you cannot treat them equally. So you should take more tax from the people earn 1 crore, and you should not take any tax to the people who earn 1 lakh. This is called value laden approach, and NPA promote the concept of value laden approach. So write down one paragraph on this value laden approach. Equity. Equity means administration take step to provide equity. Provide equity means the aim of administration should be to bring equality in society. So without equity, the concept of equality cannot come. Equity means again discriminatory, positive discrimination, positive discriminatory treatment provided to people, so that a egalitarian society or a society where the gap between rich poor is very less will come. And the fourth word is change. That means administration should be change oriented. It should be change oriented. It should not be status quo. Yes, it should not be status quo or rigid. It should adopt change. And here you can write about that concept. Negative entropy. When administration is always change oriented, it should be open, it should be flexible. So it move the organization towards negative entropy and integration, and stop the concept of disintegration. Your answer is done. So NPA, so conclude your answer that NPA promote a new type of administration where the concept of equality, the concept of positive discrimination and state along with market is there. So focus on this 4 word, and it is a 20 marker. You just focus writing this 4 word in detail. Yes. Okay, so this is the answer of this question. NPA lay emphasis, it is direct question. Next question is, good governance has emerged as a new paradigm of development administration. What would be your argument in support of this statement? So this is a 60-mark question asked in 2015. So you people confused that how it is. Good governance is unit 1, development administration is unit 5, 6, 7, section B. How this is? So there is a relation. What is the relation? 1887. Yes, it is a timeline. (1887) public administration as a subject took birth. Between 1940 to 1960, some development happened. What are they? New public administration, comparative public administration, development administration. And in 1991, the concept of good governance formed. So it was written that good governance is the new author or new paradigm of development administration. Now you got the link. So you need to write down about what is development administration in order to write the concept of good governance. Just in a brief, development administration, I've just give you comparative public administration, development administration, and the concept of good governance. Okay, so between 1940s to 1960s, what happened? Just listen. Between 1940 to 1960s, in Asia and Africa, many newly independent countries are there. Many new countries gain independence in Asia and Africa. And those countries are in a very poor state. They don't have fund, no education, no infrastructure, nothing. So those newly independent countries, Asia, Africa, newly independent country, very poor state of affair, instability. So they need fund from where? West. West provide fund. Clear? West USA and West provide fund to this newly independent country from 1960 onwards, or 1940s onward. Okay, so West provide, just imagine West or America is providing fund to country in Asia and Africa without any condition. Just provide fund. They provide fund without anything. Yes. What happened after 20 years? After 20 years, USA or West found that no development happened. No development happened in where? In this Asian and African country. Just wait. So after 10 or 20 years, the West found that no significant development happened in the Asian and African country. So it want to find out the reason that why after giving so much money, no development happened in Asia and African country. Thus start the concept of CPA. Under CPA, RIGS. Under RIGS, the Comparative Administrative Group CAG is constituted, headed by RIGS. RIGS study the administration of Western country and Eastern country and find out the problem. Rigs find out the problem why no substantial development happen in this country. So after that, the West said that again West provide fund. West give fund with a prescription. West give fund with a prescription. He said that okay, do this thing. Like your friend who become IAS, your brother who become IAS or OS, he give you a prescription. Read Lakshmikant, read Spectrum, read NCRT, read Gicillium. Take money every month. I will give you 20,000, but read all this book. So this is development administration. When West provide fund with prescription, it is development administration. After that, what happened in 1991? USSR become disintegrate. The world again become unipolar. The developing country lost their bargaining power. Clear? The developing country lost their bargaining power. Now USA give fund with a condition. World Bank, IMF. Clear? So World Bank, IMF provide fund to the developing country in Asia and Africa with a condition. This is known as good governance. Now clear how good governance has emerged in the new paradigm of development administration. What would be your argument in support of this statement? Certainly. Same thing, good governance, but here also fund is provided, here also fund is provided. Difference is here is a condition attached. Clear? Here is a condition attached. So I think you can write, yes, you can easily write this answer. Write down what is development administration, what is good governance, how these things are related. Next is public choice. Again, public choice approach. Public choice approach is a pathway for the development of good governance. Okay, just what is PCA, what is good governance? Good governance promote participation, democratization, decentralization, circular communication, people's empowerment. This is the diagram you need to draw. Legislature, executive, judiciary, civil society, private sector, market, NGO. Good governance paradigm. 20 mark question. So democratization, decentralization, circular communication, participative decision making, human right, participative decision making, people's empowerment. This is good governance. Now, what is public choice approach? In public choice approach, we have discussed institutional pluralism, multi-actor paradigm with overlapping jurisdiction. This leads to competition between service provider, citizen empowerment, citizen benefit, the concept of exit, the concept of voice. Got it? How public choice approach is a pathway for development of good governance, because public choice approach promote this concept of transparency, accountability, people's empowerment, democratization, and same thing we seen in good governance. Okay, just listen here. Private sector is there, market is there. Public choice approach, what he again said, multi-actor paradigm. Multi-actor paradigm is what? Multi-actor paradigm is many actor along with state. So this is the actor, private sector, market. These are the actor. Yes, same thing. So now clear. People consider this is an indirect question, but no indirect. If you understand the concept, it is a direct question. If you don't understand the concept and believe in rote memory, it is an indirect question, and you found it is difficult. So try to build a concept. That's what is the character of public choice approach. What is the character of good governance? You need to know the essence, like nectar. Clear? Yes. This is another question. The real world of governance, which include both policy making and implementation, has made politics administration dichotomy unworkable and unrealistic. 20 mark. So you need to write down, you start your question, dichotomy, politics administration dichotomy proposed by whom? Who proposed? Yes, Wilson. Wilson said politics should be focused on policy making, administration should be focused on policy implementation. So they must be studied separately. There must be a dichotomy or difference between politics and administration. Clear? Wilson is father of public administration. We obey this. But in real world of governance, which include both policy making and policy implementation. So you need to write down many things that in real world of governance, what are happening. I'm just write down the point. Under split system, Indian administration is divided into secretariat, which is the staff organization, and directorate, which is the line organization. So here secretariat or staff organization involved in policy formulation. Staff organization involved in policy formulation, but staff organization, who is there? Administration or bureaucracy. This is one instance. Second, write down about PMO. PMO, which is the eye and ear. Secretariat, PMO. After that, the concept of delegated legislation or administration law making, which is one example is ordinance. Okay, so you need to write down about secretariat, which is a staff organization who is directly involved in policy formulation, and line organization involved in policy implementation. The PMO, which is the eye and ear of Prime Minister. PMO help Prime Minister in decision making and policy formulation. PMO is a part of public administration or administration. And the recent concept of delegated legislation or administrative law making, where administration make law in a regular basis, because due to this problem, shortage of time, shortage of expertise, due to emergency, I have given in a group, I think I have given the concept of ordinance, how ordinance help government to tide over the COVID-19 situation, because in this situation it is difficult to sit for the parliament, and only the delegated legislation or ordinance become an effective instrument for law making. So you can give this example while writing this answer, that in this COVID-19 situation, when sitting of parliament is very difficult, government rely on this concept of delegated legislation. So it is the real world of governance. It is very difficult to keep administration away from policy making. So dichotomy is unrealistic. And your answer with a example. Enumerate the impact of market force over state affecting administrative behavior. It is state versus market debate. State versus market debate. You need to write down pre-new right philosophy, post-new right philosophy. Impact of market force over state affecting administrative behavior. So what happened before new right philosophy? There was only state. Now market, private sector is there. They providing goods and service. They are profit oriented. Okay, they may turn monopoly. So state play the role of a regulator, facilitator. Clear? So this is one impact of market force over state affecting administrative behavior. Instead of a provider, instead of in any state, state become a regulating state. State become a regulatory state. Clear? It become a regulatory state. It regulates the activity of private sector. It state only focus on important area, let private sector provide goods and service in less important area, and become a regulator and facilitator. This is one. Second thing you can write the concept of NPM, because it is also market force. Impact of market force over state. So this is impact of market force over state. NPM is also example of impact of market force over state. So when market become what profitable, state become less profitable, state adopt the successful technique of market in order to gain profit. So state become a market state, value free, accountable to customer. So narrow approach, not focus on welfare, only profit. Okay, it become government become a entrepreneurial government. The concept of privatization, liberalization, globalization from privatization is main. So this is the impact of market force over state affecting administrative behavior. So you need to write down about the regulatory role of state and the concept of NPM, new public management. Okay, so this is the previous year question, and just discussing about just 1 minute. There are some probable question for 2019 mains, 2-3 question. So I think this question, scope of public administration, can come in 2019 mains 20 marker. What is the scope of public administration? Or the question can come as the scope of public administration is very wide, but it has a boundary. About Woodrow Wilson, maybe not directly give the name of Woodrow Wilson, but in other way, that the concept of political administration dichotomy or public administration as a special subject, in any way it can ask. NPA and NPM can be individually asked as a long question or combinedly. And I think good governance, can be a 20 or 60 mark question, and public choice approach is a 20 mark question. There are 5 questions I consider may come in this year exam, and certainly you will get, I bet, one long confirm, one long question 60 marker from this unit. So the long question may NP and NPM or good governance. Between these two you get one long question. Clear? Historical development, I don't think it will come, but maybe you just read the whole unit, and these are the probable question. Okay, so guys, this is for today, and these are some probable question for administrative theory. A long question from Taylor or Taylor with other theorists, one question for Weber, and may come combining all behavioral theorists. And this is from administrative behavior, Simon's bounded rationality 60 mark question, Maslow and Hochberg a 60 mark question, and a 60 come from this administrative behavior, one long from this year, one long I think from unit 1, unit 2 and unit 4, 3 long question may come, and leadership theory 60 mark, communication 20, moral 20. So these are the